Hello, lovely people. This is Kathy with Nothing So Strange, and I think this is my fourth attempt to do this video, so I'm really hoping it works out this time. What I want to do today is share something that probably very few people have had a chance to see, which is this book over here. But first of all, I want to just give a little background. I think most people are familiar with Kahn Selesnick's tarot decks. This is the first one they did, the Carnival at the End of the World, which is absolutely wonderful. I think this came out in 2018. The first edition came out in 2018. This is the second edition. They also, someone after that, I think, came out with the guidebook for it, which I absolutely adore. It's fun. It's written in this very traveler, take heed kind of voice by Madame Lulu, who is one of the fictional characters they came up with to extend the number of cards in the deck, and it's just wonderful. And a lot of people are very familiar with the Tarot of the Drowning World, which is the second one that they came out with a few years afterwards. But I want to talk about my first encounter with them, which was with their work, which was in 2017. And in 2017, I was still in Richmond then. I hadn't moved down to Petersburg yet. Wandered into this opening, Kahn Selesnick's 100 Views of the Drowning World. And at this point, they were definitely working on the ideas that would produce the two tarot decks. And this was just the most remarkable exhibit. I've posted pictures of it on the Hermit's Cave Facebook group before, and I was just blown away by the work and bought the book, which I tried to do this a little while ago and had to start over, and so I've already undone the wrappings again. This book, I had to have it in the moment. Even though it was really expensive for me then, it would actually still be expensive for me now. And upside down, the book came wrapped in this, which has the title 100 Views of the Drowning World. And then there's table of contents, index, introduction, epilogue. So that's kind of neat. A quote there, and the inside of this wrapper, the glue is still sticky after 8 years, but there's this neat little scroll here that tells you about the memory theater, the theater itself, time, the shadows, performance, death, actors. It's just all surreal and dreamy and fanciful, and I can't spend a lot of time reading everything today because there's just so much. Anyway, this is an untraditional book. It is not a bound book. It's loose pages, and they are bound in this, which the people who sorry about that, have the Tarot of the Drowning World will recognize. And the inside is negative. I have a different image. But I really, today, just want to share these wonderful, wonderful pictures that are in the book. Oops, I'm upside down. Here we go. And each one of these pages, which they say you can read in any order, has words on the back. This says 100 Views of the Drowning World, a memoir by Dr. Falk of his days with Count Orlovsky, who's in the tarot deck, and I'm sure I'm saying this wrong, the Troop Fledermaus. Okay. And I said you can read it in any order, but I've kept it in the order it came in. But you see, there's a lot of text here. So I won't read it, but I'll give you a little bit of this just so you get the flavor. Imagine the following. You board a train to journey across an unknown continent, bound for an uncertain destination. Each day through the window of your lonely compartment, unexpected vistas appear, each bearing little relation to the one before it, an inland sea full of small icebergs, cardboard shanties tumbling down an eroded range of hills, a boy leading a partially flayed cow through a flooded field, a ruined hermitage above the tree line. One day the train stops in a bustling city at an burial station covered by a vast wrought iron canopy with a glazed roof. I enter your compartment and sit down across from you. Perhaps you are reticent and introspective, the kind of person who places your baggage on the seat next to you so that the newly boarded travelers will not interrupt your solitude. Or perhaps you crave company, smiling at each potential traveling companion, hoping they might rescue you from the vertigo of your own thoughts. Either way, it's unimportant. For whatever reason, you feel familiarity as though I'm from a dream, and a feeling of warmth flows over you. As the train pulls away, new scenes appear beyond the window, and I begin to tell you stories. I'll stop there, but you get the idea. So now I'm just going to flip through so you can see these beautiful pictures. And there's so many. I'm going to have to move pretty quickly through them. I don't think I'll talk much while this is going on, so you can see them and think your own thoughts. You're definitely already working on Drowning World here, which I don't know if they conceived it as a tarot initially or not. I've heard people, a lot of people absolutely adore their decks. I've heard some people complain that they're too arty, and I kind of think that's the point for me. I want images that make me think about meanings, things that kind of poke my subconscious. Ask me to look at the world as if it is something strange and new. I'm barely holding myself back for each of these, saying, look at this, isn't this amazing? Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this terrifying? Isn't this evocative? I hope I'm not mumbling too much. It's early. I love this one. I'm always mumbly in the morning. I wish I had a stronger microphone, not just for my mumbling, but also there's a mourning dove outside my window calling, and it's really beautiful. But it's probably not getting picked up. If you have Carnival at the End of the World, you'll definitely recognize some of these images. And in fact, when I first got the deck, I was a little sorry that they hadn't turned these photos, well, like here, this one we definitely see a version in Carnival at the End of the World. And I was a little sorry they hadn't used the photos in the deck, but now that I've worked with the deck, I'm actually really happy that it is as it is, but also that these exist. Look at him. Kahn and Selesnick were at the exhibit. They had done an artist talk, I believe, the day before, and so I missed that, and I'm very sorry. I missed that, but when I was buying this, I remember chatting to them for a moment. Look at that. Mostly talking about top hats. I was wearing a top hat, and they are very much top hat people, so we were just talking about collecting top hats. Okay, it's 5 hours later. This thing shut off on me again. I think I have it sorted now. errands to be run. So I'm just now getting back to this. One thing though, since I'm going to have to actually edit, which I hate to do, I'm so lazy about editing. I've gone and found the photos I took in 2017 of the opening. And I'm going to put them in at the end. Like I said, I think this volume is hard to find now. They have other ones, other books, which are on my wish list. I think there was a big poster of this one in the exhibit I saw. I want a cabinet like that for my shop. Not with bat heads in it though. Gotta say, nice top hat. Here we are. Oh yeah, I was thinking they signed it somewhere when I bought it. So I'm wondering, I don't have the memory anymore. Okay, well, thank you very much for watching my flip through here. I hope everybody enjoyed it because these are artists who are just fabulous. And remember, I have at the end, I'm going to, right after this, put in some of the still photos I have left from 2017 when I saw their exhibit. Thanks for coming by.